So hi, first of all, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure speaking to you today. My name is Max, and I'm coming from T42 IoT Tracking Solutions. I'm responsible for sales and products in the company for the past 15 years almost.
My name is Stephan Bernard. I'm the head of business development at Sateliot. I've been with Sateliot for almost 4 years now. And most of what I do is engaging with the main actors throughout the value chain to ensure the successful commercialization of the service. Now, Sateliot is the world's first standard satellite operator over low Earth orbit to offer standard narrowband IoT connectivity. Following the latest 3GPP release 17, which we've been a very big part of, we allow standard NB-IoT devices to connect to our satellites whenever there is no terrestrial coverage. And therefore, of course, one of the main verticals, one of the main use cases that we've been seeing is precisely the maritime and the use cases within that vertical for, well, obvious reasons, lack of coverage both in oceans and in large geographical areas such as Latam and Africa, etc., that don't have much connectivity.
T42 is a technology company. We develop and manufacture various IoT tracking solutions with a specific focus for the past 3 years in the maritime supply chain monitoring and tracking industry, with the demand and focus on the container tracking and container visibility, or sea freight container visibility. The biggest challenge and what we have today, we have a very sophisticated tracking solution that requires maintenance, that requires an intervention from an operator that will install it and remove it. The process itself is very simple, yes, but still we are limited by the current technologies, and we are limited in two aspects. First one is the battery aspect. Yes, somebody has to come, recharge the unit and make sure that the battery will continue running. And second of all, we are limited in the connectivity aspect. Yes, so when we want to provide our clients with the complete and overall picture of their container and goods, we use the cellular networks when they are available, but when they are not available, the alternative is not there. Market is changing completely. I do believe that in few years, there won't be a question of why I should have an IoT tracking, or the question will be why you still don't have. Yes, that will be the change. It will be obvious for everybody that a dumb container will not be used. Yes, only smart containers or only connected containers, only efficient containers.
Precisely why we've seen historically that satellite operators have served mostly, really critical applications, typically connecting maybe 2, 3, 4% of a client's assets, rather than connecting maybe 80%, 90% of that client's assets. And that's, I believe, what both T42 and Sateliot are striving to do, even though it's from different parts of the value chain. So today, satellite IoT NTN has become a bit of a buzzword, right? I mean, within the IoT ecosystem at least, and obviously the telecom ecosystem as well, satellite connectivity has definitely become something that is very much discussed, very much talked about, and it has become a trendy topic, especially in conferences and etc. That is new. Okay, that is definitely new. I remember 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when we were speaking to carriers, or when we were speaking to even IoT companies, and we were speaking to maybe the chips and the module vendors, talking about satellite narrowband IoT connectivity sounded crazy to a few of them, because they were like, look, first of all, we're not doing that much money with NB-IoT terrestrial because it's a race to the bottom in terms of pricing, both connectivity and hardware. And NB-IoT infrastructure hasn't been deployed widely. I mean, yes, in China and Asia, yes, but if you take USA and even Europe and of course Africa, I mean, there's not much NB-IoT infrastructure, let alone NB-IoT roaming. And it took us at least a good year and a half, 2 years of, pressing the same button and educating the customers, educating the ecosystem on the benefits that having satellite and BIoT could bring forth. And of course, some other things happening on the side, such as Elon Musk, Starlink, and T-Mobile partnership. But it's very exciting to see the shift from, skepticism towards innovation, towards excitement, towards adoption.